Hi everybody, this is Rexanna, and today we're in my kitchen and we are getting ready to start the double extraction on the lion's mane tincture that I started a little over 4 weeks ago. Basically, this is a little bit more serious video if you are a herbalist or if you are into starting your herbal journey. I am very excited for you to join me on this video. This is my second time doing a double extraction, so I'll be starting and then I'll be stopping, and then we'll have a this is actually the second phase of the first phase. The video, I went back and I tried to look. I had started, and that is, I'm going to just do a quick review. I could not find it, but what we're going to be talking about in this first phase is you have fresh lion's mane, and in the first phase you will cut up your lion's mane, your fresh lion's mane, and I tell everybody to make sure you have a reliable source. I did not grow my lion's mane, but I got it from a very reliable source. And this lion's mane, I had about a pound. I chopped it up very good. Actually put it in my blender, and I put the alcohol, which is a very high concentrated alcohol, and we'll go over that later. You want to make sure it's more than 80 proof, and then you put that in with your lion's mane. And some people just chop it up very finely. That's fine as well, but I decided to make kind of a slushy, and that is because you want to make sure you break down all the cell walls of your mushroom. And breaking down the cell walls is a little bit different than just chopping up a leaf or a root of a plant extract. This is your polysaccharides have to be all broken down, and when you're tincturing a mushroom, I really urge everybody to get some good reading material, a book that explains all of that. So basically, you're gonna let it tincture in the dark, because mushrooms like the dark, 4 weeks. And this is what you're left with. It does turn white. You know, your lion's mane is a white mushroom, but it does turn dark. And so you make sure you have it labeled. I have it labeled over here on the side. I just wrote on it. I'll take that off. But this is what you're left with. So I put that away after I had it, and now it's time. I could not find my video, and I do apologize for that, but there's really not a lot to do. It's just like a regular tincture that you set aside, but now we're up to phase 2. Okay, phase 2, you're going to separate your lion's mane from your alcohol, and that's what we're about to do. I'm going to move my camera so you can see what I'm doing. Okay, now this is going to be a little difficult, and I may have to stop because it's very gelatinous. I'm trying to get this where it isn't. Okay. It's kind of takes its time to separate. And like I said, it's very, I had to strain one and strain it and strain it and strain it. And I may have to do that here. It takes quite a long time to strain. this here is very time consuming. So I may stop the video and I may get all this done, and then I may bring you back because I'm gonna put this inside of a clean cloth and I'm gonna wring it out with my fingers. So I think I'm gonna do this and then I'll bring you back, okay? Okay, everybody, now I've got through taking my tincture, separating the alcohol from the mark, and right here I have the mushroom, which is called the mark, and we're about to measure this and see how much we have. And you want to have a scale, and your scale can be a digital scale, just any kitchen scale will do. And you want to zero it out. You want to put your, this is just a simple glass kitchen bowl. You put it on there and you zero it out. Hit 0, and you can put your mushroom in here. Okay, and that is 100 grams, and you want to write that down. Okay, so you can put mark or you can put mushroom, and that's 100 grams. Okay, now I've got my water on, and I'm going to just kind of put you over here. Now you just want to get this, which is, and put it, you're going to put it on a slow simmer, because this has got to simmer down. And what I like to do, I've had that just going on, I put that on about 4. This is an electric stove. I just kind of break it up, and I don't know if you can see that. Let me get my camera where you can kind of see that a little bit better. There you go. To where you can kind of break it up a little bit. Takes a few minutes, but you are going to let this kind of cook down. But if you, it takes quite a while. If you're going to be making this, it took me, I had to strain it 3 times, okay, because it's very gelatinous, and not only is it time consuming, but you got to be very patient because all of it gets very caught up in your strainer. You have to wash your strainers out. You have to be very clean about your area. You have to clean everything multiple times. And then not only that, if you don't have the, what I call the high-tech presses, which I don't, you have to use really clean. I use these fine cloths that are 100% cotton, like this. I don't use a sock or anything because I don't want the fibers to get in here. There's no terry cloth. This is just a very natural cloth fiber, and it's strong enough to where you can squeeze it and get all of the extract out. And then I, of course, when I'm doing this, you are loosening up all of the polysaccharides into the water. The water extract is going to cook down, and it's going to take some time. So I'll stop the camera here again in a minute. But before I do, I just want to explain a few tools that you're going to need. We got quite a bit of the alcohol extract out. Let's see if that's going to stay. Okay. You're going to need a cylinder like this. It's just 100 milliliter cylinder, and that's to test the strength of your tincture. And basically it comes in a little cylinder. These, you can go on Amazon and you can order this as a hexameter. I get I want a hydrometer. It's a hydrometer. Now there's several of these that you can look for on Amazon, but there's one for beer and there's one for wine making. You don't want to purchase that one. This one is very specific for tincture making, and you can also, I think it has in there for making spirits. I guess if you're making your own alcohol, grain alcohol, ethanol. But this is also just for making tinctures to see the alcohol percentage, and it's very specific. Mine came with 3. So this is a hydrometer, and I will put that in the bottom. I bought mine on Amazon. It's very inexpensive, but it's well worth making a double extract so that you know the percentage of alcohol. And we'll get into the math here in just a little bit. But it's very important that you know the alcohol content, since you are putting your water decoction with your alcohol, and you have to make sure that it's a certain ratio, and this will help you find out what that is. Okay, I'm gonna test to see what the let me put this to the side for just a minute. We are going to see what we have as far as our tincture, what the alcohol is in that for right now. And you don't need but just 100 cc's. So right now, you can pour, this is your alcohol tincture. All right, so you place this where your 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, you just drop it in your cylinder here, and you turn it around here, and okay. That right there is saying, okay, I'm back. I just wanted to say, and I wanted to be able to where you can see this, and I hope you can see this. This is the hydrometer. If you twirl it, and I hope it stops, it's gonna be, it's not doing it. That's why I stopped the video a minute ago. Okay, it's not doing it again. Okay. It's right at 40. Right there, it's at 40. And a minute ago, it wasn't on the right side. So you have to make sure you get all it. The directions of this says to make sure you have all the air bubbles out of here. Twirl it, twist it around. Anyway, my tincture alcohol percent is at 40. So we write that down, and I'm gonna let this cool off, and then it's cooked down for over an hour, and I'm gonna let it cool off. I just wanted to get back on here and explain that to everybody, because doing a double extraction takes a little bit of practice. It also, you have to be very precise about some numbers, and also you have to use some different tools. So anyway, I'll be right back after everything cools off, and after I put everything in order, and then we'll do the second part, or the rest of the second part. Okay, I'll be right back. Hi everybody, it's Rexanna. I'm over here at the table, and this is going to be the very last part of the lion's mane double extraction. And this part is the kind of the most important part, and it's just a little bit of math. But you do want to make sure that this part is that you're doing proper record keeping and that you are keeping up with every part of the process. And you're going to need a calculator and some pen and a piece of paper. Basically, this is called the dilution equation. I got this off of another herbalist, and you need to basically, now by this point, you already know the percentage of alcohol in your tincture, which I will tell you that the mushrooms have a lot of water in them, and I was really starting off with a high percentage of alcohol. And through this process, what I've learned is I will be using an even higher alcohol. And for me to find out that I now have, it will dilute the higher alcohol content. So I thought I would have at least a much higher content of alcohol than what I ended up with. But there's so much water in because I didn't do any dehydrated. Maybe I will do something dehydrated next time. But I thought I would do better with dehydrated. But I had a fresh lion's mane. I really did not know that it would release that much water into the alcohol, but that's what happened. And so it lowered the alcohol content, and I ended up with a 40% alcohol content. So when you're going to also add a water decoction, it's going to lower it even more. So that's for everybody to understand if they're going to be making a double extraction. So with that said, that's a lesson learned for me, and that's also information for others out there that are thinking about getting into this. So you want to have at least a 30 to 35% when you're finished. I did not do that today. So your goal, I'm just going to share this with you, and I'm going to try to see if I can get my camera down here so that you can kind of see this. This is where this is this right here, and you may want to take a picture of this, okay? This is where I was at. My tincture volume was 600 milliliters, which if I had double that amount. So I don't have a container that big. And so I wanted to have room for the decoction. So my current volume of alcohol was 40%. And we found that out by using the hydrometer. My goal was this, but I made at least 40%. So we're going to use the dilution equation, which you find out your alcohol percent, and then that's over that, and times your volume, and then minus your volume equals how much decoction you're going to add, okay? So basically, mine was 40%, and then 40%, and I'll just show you my scratch sheet of paper. 40%, that's supposed to be 30, but because I didn't have 30, I had 25%, okay? This is the tincture, and then this is the percent after, okay? So this goes into that, and that's the 60 milliliters. this is times that. See, this right here is how that goes. This and this. That's that equation. Times the volume, which is the 600. That's the 600. Okay. Then you get, that's that number right there. 370, or 3,750. So you take that from that number, which leaves you that, see, that's this times this minus 3150. I don't know if you can see, that's kind of chicken scratch, but so that's your total volume, okay? And you want to make sure to keep this, but my whole goal, I missed my goal because I wanted to at least have 30% alcohol because I wanted to put this on my store. I wanted to make it really good and store, shelf stable. I just can understand why that I did not do that, and it's because of all the water and the mushrooms. It will be good for me and my family, and I really wanted to do this for myself initially, so I will be able to take this for myself. It will last probably a year, maybe 2 years. I'm gonna have to double check on that, but I know it will last a year. So this is how you do the math for the double extraction. If you have any questions or if you have any comments, please contact me. I'll leave all my information in the description below. And this has been a pleasure for me to do this. Being an herbalist, you always want, and I'll put down the other herbs that you can do a double extraction. And anything that I learned in this process, I'll write in the description below. And for now, this is Rexanna with Past Present Herbs. I thank you so much for coming along with me in this journey. And it is something that I think every herbalist should experience. And it's been, I have never done any other herb like this before in my life. But mycology is very, it's very scientific, I'll say that. It has been a great experience for me, and I really enjoyed it. So I hope you do like and subscribe to my channel. There's no telling what I'm going to come up with next. Okay, y'all, I hope you, I'll see you in the next video. Okay, bye for now.